What a guy.
Sound forbid there.
You know, I reckon if you were a young lad, I'd want to hang out with you. That's how cool I think you are. We could swim in the rivers, throw stacks of hay on the farm, chop off rattlesnake heads with shovels, and do a little dig, dig, chop, chop, dig, dig, chop, chop. Oh, it'd be a swell time. I wish I could be there celebrating with you tonight in person, but as you know, school is incredibly rigorous, and I couldn't see myself coming into town and be disciplined enough to study while all the fun was going on. As you put it, I am learning on, as you taught all of us kids to do. So technically, this is your fault. Excuse me. Well, Poppers, as I like to say, we've shared the worst of times, we've shared the best of times, and oh boy, I'm so grateful that we're so good at talking and working things out. You don't know how meaningful it is to me to be able to have some of the most difficult and emotional conversations with you and Mom, and still feel loved on the other side of it. Heck, I even feel more loved on the other side of it. My favorite thing I've learned about you this past year is something I learned on one of our amazing, epic sunset bike rides along the canal. Sorry, I lost my spot. Where is it? There we are. I like asking you random questions about random things and getting your opinions on things. This one particular bike ride, I asked you, Dad, looking back on your life, if you could have done something besides psychology, and money didn't matter, success didn't matter, providing for the family didn't matter, fame didn't matter, and you simply just did it because you wanted to, what would you do? Your answer shocked me, and at the same exact time made absolutely perfect sense. You said you would have gone into show business. What?
What? He likes your shows.
All right, show business.
He works for the Hallmark Channel.
Show business, as she wants me to say.
Lawrence will.
Always wanted to try acting.
Wow.
And I was in 4 school plays. You know the movie Cheaper by the Dozen?
Yes.
I was the father my senior year in our high school play.
I know that's a play.
And I enjoyed that kind of stuff. And my mom loved movies. And from the time I was a little boy, I was her partner going to the movies back when they cost 25 cents.
Wow. That's so
We
cool.
went to
I never
all
knew
the
that.
musicals, and I just loved it. I always wanted to have a great singing voice, but I have a good harmony voice, and I sang in choirs and quartets and that sort of thing. I can always find the harmony parts, but I never had a solo voice, so I never went very far with that. I did sing a solo of Ghost Riders in the Sky at the high school leadership conference that had leaders from all over the state of Washington. I don't remember exactly where it was. It was some kind of a, a camp with a lake and a beautiful place, and we were around the campfire. And I sang Ghost Riders in the Sky all by myself, and I really belted it out. And nobody complained. Anyway, I love the movies, and it would have been fun if I could have been Sylvester Stallone or
Wow.
this goes back a little farther, and Alan Ladd. He was really popular when I was a kid. So.
Very cool.
Kind of surprising. But
Learn something new.
Learn something new
Yeah.
from Poppers every day.
That's true. It all makes sense now. This guy loves movies, and the cheesier the better. He loves dancing, singing, playing, and playing piano. Heck, there's a Broadway star in you, and after you told me that, and after I recovered from the initial shock, I can totally see you performing on Broadway. It all makes sense now. By gosh, kid, you're gonna be a star. Well, I've done some pretty stupid things in my life. I've reached out to you in some of the most difficult times in my life. And I gotta tell you, and tell everyone in the room, Dad is the only person who did not shame me for my mistakes. He instead asked gentle, compassionate questions like, I'm so sorry that happened. How do you think you got to this point? Dad, you are a non-shamer when someone is at their worst, and I cannot begin to make you understand the incredible lifelong lesson that has taught me. I will always carry that with me and attempt to implement that Christ-like attribute that you've taught me with your actions alone. The no judging and no shaming someone when they come to you for help at their very worst, and you just love them and find ways to help them and leave shame out of it. What an incredible gift. One of my favorite things about you is how you always root for the underdog, how you showed up to your job at the Scottsdale School District in 1990, at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good evening, San Diego. Anchorman, anyone?
Yes.
Geo Metro with a duct tape back window with your PhD, a big old The Doors sticker on the back window when I used to drive it, and parked in between two other PhD colleagues with their BMW Beamers. And just didn't give a shiz, as they say. You just didn't care. What a cool thing, not care what other people think. I've since learned that not only was it to save money, but it was also to not waste and help protect the environment. That's equally as cool. So you're a non-wasteful, don't care what other people think, environmentally conscious rooter of the underdog, and closet Broadway star performer. And I love you, I love you, I love you oh so dearly. Thank you for being my dad, and more importantly and meaningful, thank you for being one of my dear, dear friends. I cherish our friendship and our wonderful, long conversations about life. All my love to you on this special day. I hope you can feel throughout my love through my words. Happy soon to be 80th birthday, and as they say, you don't look a day over 69. Love you, Poppers. From Rachel. Yay!
Oh, wow.
Okay, this is for you, Rachel.
Uh-huh.
This hug is for you. You got yours coming next.
Yes.